Hey everyone, how is it going? Welcome back to Double Fault File, and in today's video we will be discussing the top 10 shots from the match between the world number 1 Iga Swiatek and Yulia Putintseva at the Rome Masters 1000. It was a fiercely contested match with a lot of variation from the Kazakhstani player. Could that be the key to defeat Iga on clay? Variation. Well, that alone wasn't enough today. That said, let's get into the highlights without further ado. In 10th place, we have a point where both players are exchanging ground strokes, but Iga Swiatek's ball is moving much more until she manages to attack Puchintseva's backhand and unleash a forehand rocket. Putintseva defends with a high ball to Iga's backhand, but it's not enough to stop the world number 1, who takes the ball on the rise with an impeccable technique and wins the point. In ninth place, there is a point where both players exchange shots from the baseline, but Puchintseva's ball unfortunately clips the net and sides up high for Iga's forehand. What I want you to pay attention here is how easily she rotates the ball and places it in the corner to finish the point. The grip adopted by the world number 1 greatly facilitates this movement and finishing points like this. In eighth place, we have an ace served by the world number 1, showing that this aspect is not as weakened on clay as on other surfaces. Iga has been working hard to improve her serve, and using slice serves is greatly helping to improve an aspect of her game that is not yet excellent. In seventh place, we have a point that exemplifies why Iga is the world number 1 and so good on clay. From the second ball, Iga already has the points in her hands as she hits an impeccable backhand down the line and puts her opponent on the run. Putintseva absurdly manages to defend with a forehand slice but only gets the ball over the net. Iga uses an inside-out forehand to win the point. It is impressive how easily Iga Swiatek can move her opponents and hit the ball hard with a lot of spin. In sixth place, we have a beautiful point by Yulia Putintseva, who was 30-40 on her serve, potentially conceding a set point to her opponent. Even in a tense moment, the Kazakhstani player served tightly and used one of her best weapons, the drop shot. And what a beautiful drop shot Putintseva made. Iga even made an attempt to reach it, but she had no chance. At this moment, variation was one of the best weapons for Putintseva to win some points. In fifth place, we have another point showing the excellence of the world number 1 on clay. Iga simply hits a deep second serve with a lot of spin, forcing a short return from her opponent. From there, she unleashes an absurd inside-in forehand and saves another break point in the second set. In fourth place, we have a point very similar to the previous one. Only this time, Iga uses a wide serve and pulls her opponent completely off the court. Putintseva just returns it to the other side and Iga hits a backhand down the line, finding the lines at the back of the court. Simply impeccable from Iga in this point. In third place, we have another point from Putintseva showing her variation in today's match. The Kazakhstani player serves and on the next ball, she uses a drop shot. Iga manages to reach the ball and pass to the other side, but her opponent was smart to close the net and win the point. In second place, we have another point from the Kazakhstani player, and this time another drop shot that was more than perfect. It is impressive the quality and talent that Putintseva has to execute this type of shot. She may not be a tall and consistent player, but she compensates for these deficiencies with a good tactical variation. So we have reached the first place, and you can probably imagine how this point went, right? Both players are exchanging shots from the baseline until Putintseva decides to play a drop shot, forcing Iga to chase it down. The thing is, Iga reaches it perfectly, and where she places the ball is just cheeky. Sometimes it seems like Iga has wheels on her feet, and her ability to slide on clay is out of this world. We are definitely witnessing one of the best clay court players in history. That's it for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to help me out. Until next time.